Lightning Rod at Dollywood opened back in 2016 as the world's first launch wooden roller coaster. And as I said in my last video on this topic, it had to be closed more than it was open. And Dollywood has had enough of it. After making the launch cut off earlier and replacing over 50% of the coaster with the more common iBox track, Lightning Rod was still down all the time, and enthusiasts who made the trip out to Dollywood would be surprised if the coaster was even open at all, which is not a good look for any coaster. But a few days ago, Dollywood announced that starting at the end of October, Lightning Rod would be closing and reopening for the 2024 season with a brand new high-speed chain lift. But is this the right decision? Before anyone complains about how the launch is going away, even though it will be really sad, we need to remember that in the 7 years Lightning Rod has been open, Dollywood has been trying all that they can and spending a lot of money to try to make the coaster more reliable. First, they noticed that there's a lot of wear and tear on the structure due to the intense forces and heavier trains that were custom designed to be able to handle the launch. So to fix that, they made modifications to the layout so it wouldn't take the rest of the layout at such a fast speed. They also removed the lead car to reduce unneeded weight. But that's not all. They started to run only one train to fix the same problem, but it just ended up making the line so much longer and each person had an even smaller chance to ride the coaster. But when that didn't increase reliability enough, they ended up going back to RMC and retracking over 50% of the coaster, mostly on the launch and spots with high forces because it was too much stress on the wooden track, especially like the quad down. So that brings us to now. The coaster isn't running nearly as good as it used to, but it also barely any more reliable than it was. So Dollywood knew that they had to do something. And that's when the announcement came out that it would now replace the launch and use a high-speed chain lift that goes 13 miles per hour, which is actually pretty fast for a chain lift, and it's comparable to Millennium Force, which uses a cable which is stronger than chain. But now let's talk about if this was the right decision. I say yes. Even though I wish they would make it 20 to 30 feet taller to gain back the speed it ran through the course with in 2016 when it opened, I know that the park has already spent a lot of money on making this coaster reliable and a lot more than they ever wanted to. And it also wouldn't be as good for a return on investment. Why spend the extra money on increasing the height when the GP probably won't even notice the difference in speed? So overall, I don't understand why anyone would complain about this, or even think it's a bad idea. Dollywood tried everything they could to keep the launch, but it was just too unreliable and they couldn't find anything that would work. And the rest of the ride will stay exactly the same, so the ride experience won't be too much worse overall. And also, the amount of rides it will cycle in each year will hopefully go way up compared to the years past. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video.